And if you don't like, oh my god, this guy's flying at me. Well, that was stupid. He like told.
I can't believe that happened. I feel better already.
Hey guys, how's it going? What's up? I was watching the wrong video stream, that's why I thought I wasn't on yet. How's it going? I'm Squeetee. YouTuber, obviously, you're watching me on YouTube, maybe Twitch, Facebook, whatever it may be. I do Ashes of Creation stuff, and we're going to do a watch-along, kind of deal with the latest May 2021 development update for Ashes of Creation. You can find me at all of the level 80 areas at the bottom of your screen. Sorry, I got to make sure I'm lining up when I'm looking at my Streamlabs. Right down here. And also, if you're interested in joining me in Ashes, I do have a guild, bmfguild.xyz. I do like that web address. Go there, take a look. It's just a small page. There's an application to fill out. Nothing too exciting. Just something simple. You can see what we've been up to over the years. We're kind of rebuilding. We all went our separate ways when we left SWOTOR a couple years ago, but we're rebuilding and have some fun in Ashes. So I really look forward to it. What else we got? So yeah, so we're gonna jump right into it. Before actually we get into it, I just thought of this. Change my camera to the bottom right. Before I get into the video, two things. First off, Jeffrey Bard. So Mr. Bard, he has left Intrepid Studios. There's a letter just came out. He's going to Skydance. What was it? Skydance Interactive, I believe it was. Where basically he's just going to do some VR FPS or something. I heard. I did minor research into it. They were responsible for a lot of the what do you call it? Mission Impossible movies. So yeah, so that's about it. It sucks he's gone. He was kind of like one of the lead designers, not the creative designer, but I think his experience kind of brought the entire Intrepid Studios team together. So it's unfortunate to see him go. So we'll see how they replace him and what shenanigans they get into. Yeah, I guess let's jump right into it. But before that, even one more thing, I got two shout outs to Signor Carius. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I really appreciate it. These are just people that subscribe that it shows up in my Streamlabs feed, so I usually shout out. And also to my ex-fiance, Rebecca, thanks for following me on Facebook. I find it hilarious. I don't know what you're doing, but I thought it was funny that you liked the page on Facebook. So, I know, I was dying laughing when I saw that come in yesterday or the day before, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? So anyways, let's get into this. I'm going to be throwing my commentary in while we're watching this, and feel free to chit-chat and chat, whatever. We'll have a good time.
Hello, everyone,
And tell me if the volume's
welcome
good,
to
because it
our
sounds okay
glorious
to me,
Ashes of
just so I know.
Creation May development update.
It's Ty.
And
Everyone loves
today
Loki.
is
You're
a little
right.
bit of a mix-up.
And do you
But
hear
of
the
course,
sound
we
good,
always
Ty?
have with us Stephen Sharif, our creative director. How you doing today, Stephen?
I am very tired. No.
Or hear them, I should say.
I'm really tired. You want to talk about who's tired?
Yesterday was a long testing day. I got up at 3:30 in the morning and didn't get to bed until 1 a.m. So it was a rough
Okay,
day.
cool, Ty.
But I'm doing great. Very excited. Loved the testing we did yesterday. Had a lot of fun. Can't wait to show the stream, some of the videos.
One
But yeah,
person was
it
so
awesome.
quick to put up a video, like, of talking about their experience. It was like I was just in shock.
Oh yeah. No,
It's
I love it.
amazing
I
to
missed
see
the testing.
how many of you
Oh,
are
you're
enjoying
driving?
it and
Okay.
having fun. And obviously, we know
I
that
missed
our
the testing
issues and
Thursday.
stuff
I
like
literally
that
took a
can
nap
pop
through the
up,
whole
like,
thing. Or almost all
it's
of it.
going to be. And of course, with us, we have somebody new, which some of you may know if you're a long-term member of our community. But if you are somebody who's new and you haven't ever checked out any of our previous streams, this is Kevin McPherson. And Kevin, if you want to talk about kind of what you do at Intrepid Studios and give people a little intro of you.
Sure. I'm lead gameplay programmer, so my job is to
That's a messy
sort of
room.
spec out different tasks on the way to the milestones that we want to hit, and then work with production to schedule those out and get all the engineers on the gameplay side working on those tasks to get to the target. I would
Sounds
say my
good.
job's pretty great because I have an incredibly good engineering team backing me up, as well as Mark Storch and the platform services team, and Ash Thoth, who's kept all of our builds and everything working.
Absolutely. If you guys ever saw The Wizard of Oz, that scene where they actually get into the Wizard of Oz room and there's like a curtain there and like the dude who's actually the wizard doing all the magic behind the scenes, that's Kevin and the engineers. They're the ones who are actually making everything work and happen and just performing code magic.
It is seriously magic. I adore all of you, and you.
You adore
You
me?
adore us too.
I saw in chat somebody said the unsung heroes. That's very true. You know, a lot of times the artists and the designers, you know, they have the ideas of the systems and they have the cool models, but really it's the engineers who are the glue that keeps everything actually together and working the way it's intended
You're also
to.
the team
Yeah.
that
So,
shoots down
big
any
props.
ideas.
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
He's like,
please.
please.
It's fun
And
though.
scene.
We enjoy what we do.
And of course, today we have a whole slew. This is actually going to be a
What's he
very long
drinking
live
water
stream.
out of?
It might end up being a 2-hour one, so I apologize in advance. Of
2
course, if you're
hours,
watching
so
this on
long.
YouTube, I always give you timestamps in the description.
Oh,
So if you didn't know
might
that,
be
I
2
do
hours
that
left.
for every single one because I know some people want to go straight to a specific topic or you want to relive it or whatever it may be. So yeah, just letting you all know.
I think there's a
that.
big siege battle
So
video
today
in the
we
middle
will
of
be
this,
doing quick
I
reminders
believe.
as per usual. We'll do a studio update from Steven. And of course, today our design section is also going to incorporate some engineering goodness. And I have a little bonus love letter from our QA team to all of our Alpha 1 testers. So that will be really adorable. And we have an environment and character update as per usual. Amazingly good stuff coming out of that. And then we'll do our Q&A with you all. So thank you for submitting your questions over on the forums. We super duper appreciate it. So
Thank you for accepting all
get
my
right into all of the
blabbing.
things. And for the people asking about my PC, it's dead. It got
Oh, I
melted.
know. Oh, last night we were doing some late night testing and we were literally on the precipice of recording the video we're going to show you here in a moment. And of course, as usual, some stream gremlin works its way into the plans. I mean, the previous stream we had to retake 4 times because I could not get recording happening
It
on my
kept
computer.
being a black screen.
In 4 times we had to retake the video we showed you
How
guys
does
with
that happen?
Was that the dragon? Was that the last
Yeah,
time
that was the
we
last
did that?
one,
Oh my
the dragon one.
gosh. Wow, it feels like that was years ago.
I
No,
know. It's been a long month.
but then last night, Margaret just like, all I hear is user has disconnected from your channel. I'm like, huh, wonder what
I
happened
think
to
I said
Margaret.
I think I said before, I was like, I think my PC's dying.
Yes, that's true. And then I was like, really? You think so? And then you didn't respond. And I just heard the user disconnected. And then I saw
Yeah.
Slack where you're just like, yeah, my computer's dead.
Yeah, my 3090 overheated my PC. It was a cooling issue, so my, we're gonna fix it. But our lovely
Get a
IT
Kim
guy
Bear.
Zim, he's amazing. He brought me a PC at 11
Oh,
p.m.
drove out
and
at
all
11
night
p.m.
I've just been setting up this, all my PC and the stream, but it's good.
And then you like a champ had to work through the entire night just to reset up all the streaming stuff. That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine. After the whole day of testing and working, that's
Yeah, and I
ugh.
started at 6 a.m. So
We're gonna have to
Been a
make
long
sure
day.
Monday when we do some gaming for the holiday that we get you a nice little drink and some good food.
yeah, McP should give me some magic items for my Pathfinder character.
Well,
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just-
Kevin,
Kickstarter is
sorry,
not
no
on
no
my
magic
line.
items
this
for you.
campaign doesn't actually have magic items. That hasn't been yet introduced into
it
the
just
world.
has pain and suffering.
That's true. All right, well, let's get into it. You all don't want to hear about our Pathfinder campaign. So, first and foremost, oh, you know what I forgot to set up? I actually forgot to set up that one scene, the reminder scene. So I'm just going to read them off to you. I'm sorry about this. Well, first and
Whatever
foremost,
works.
we do have the web update. If you didn't notice, we took down the web. We actually thought we were going to take 7 hours. We only took 3. So can all things happen like that? That'd be great. But if you didn't know, we did
She
provide
does die.
Stripe as a
She does.
default
She's got some stamina.
purchase option. I know that was something that everyone was very concerned about. If you do still want to use Zola, it is still available to you there as well. But if we do see that not a lot of people are utilizing it, we may, adjust things around.
sure.
So we're always
And then
watching the data as it comes in.
Absolutely. And just to jump on that fact, this was a big request from the community. And obviously, our motto here is to take in the feedback that's necessary and let that effectuate change. So we're happy that we're able to provide this because of the outpouring request from the community.
Yeah, and we know people have been asking for it. So next, we do have our monthly cosmetic swap over for the Brine and
Ooh.
Bounties, and that is scheduled for June 9th, 2021 at 11 a.m. Pacific. We always put that in our article. We let you know
I
whenever
wasn't
the
a
swap
fan.
over is happening. So keep an
I'm
eye
sort of a
on
fan of
those
this
things
month's
as we announce them.
sea-themed
You always know them in
cosmetics.
advance. And then they will swap over.
I do want to see
Within
next
this
month.
one, we also have our FAQ in regards to Alpha 1 pre-order packages and how that works. So please read that. I know that some people have asked a lot of those questions, and we usually keep it updated. And if any new ones come in, we make sure that we let folks know. And then, of course, we have, if you have any further questions, you can message us on our support Twitter, which is just, AOC support, and we'll answer all of your questions.
Nice.
And with, every month we always have a new dev update and dev discussion. So last month we asked you, or, this last month we asked you, what are some examples of crafting systems and
Kevin looks
mechanics you've
cranky.
enjoyed from other games and why? What percentage of your time do you typically find yourself engaged in crafting activities in an MMO? And we'll be compiling that feedback for our lovely development team. We always send them over all of the goodies, and Toast does an amazing job. Mad love to Toast. And we'll have
Yeah.
a new June 1 coming up in regards to environments. So if you have
Just want to jump on your piggyback there
Yeah.
here with Toast.
Talk
What
about
a champ.
environments.
I mean, Toast throughout the testing, unbelievable. Both you and Toast. But just a absolutely amazing job keeping the community informed and relaying messages and information to us 100%.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do without Toast. So
You'd be toast.
I love Toast. I was actually
Toast. Oh, I love it.
but I was saying that it would be funny if we grab all of the obviously we're looking for a junior community manager. If you're interested, apply.
True.
But I was like, what if we have all of our CMs be some form of bread? Like, what if we convince them all?
Or breakfast food.
Oh, breakfast food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyways,
Get a jam and an egg.
if you find a good community manager, y'all, Never let them go. Keep them forever. Uh, and of course, further discussing more things that the lovely Toast does, we have our guild gatherings, which last month or this month we asked you, what kinds of activities do you like to participate in with your guild outside of the game? Which,
Oh, outside.
we are working on some really cool web integrating stuff and,
Yelling at
app that
people
we're
in
going to be working
Discord.
on in the
That's
future
my
as well.
hobby
So
outside of
these
the
are all
game.
great things for us to know in order to develop those type of things. And of course, just figuring out how maybe we can incorporate some of those outside of the game things into the game, right?
How can I yell at
And then, of
people
course,
more?
next
I love that.
month is going to be
Makes me happy.
talking about your fondest memories and really give us your best ones, y'all. And if you have more than one, feel free to share them.
Y'all?
I think from our perspective, we want to bring back that nostalgia. And so, hopefully we're all on the same page in regards to what those memories are. But yeah, beyond that, we also have a reminder that our Alpha 1 preview spot test is coming up. Our next one, we are basically doing them every Wednesday if we can. Those adjust depending. So if
You're
you
that
do
Ty,
have
every
Alpha 1
Wednesday.
access, you will get access to that. Currently, the next one is scheduled for June 2nd at noon to 5 p.m., but we'll let you know if that changes. And of course, our next un-NDA'd one will, be further down the line, and we'll keep you guys
In
informed
July.
of all of that stuff. And there is an article
That's
about this
fine.
as well if you want to go check it out on our news channel over in the update on Alpha 1 schedule. And reminder that the NDA for the visual aspect of it is still in play, so no video, no streaming, no nothing like that, but you can talk all you want about your experience.
Can I
And believe me, y'all
stream
have
while
been talking.
playing
We've been
a
watching
blank
so
screen?
many videos. And speaking of videos, it's a great segue to our long-awaited content creator program. As I announced last month, we were going to be announcing
that
it.
next
It is announced.
Wednesday.
It's live. You can apply. Here's the caveat right now. There's so many of you that have applied, and that is amazing. That's so amazing.
I
We need
applied.
a person to just run that. So currently we are looking for an influencer relations specialist that will be helping us run
Oh
this
my
program.
god, that seems like
And
that.
we actually are going to be opening up a secondary program that is going to be subsidiary of this program. It's not going to be something you apply
Boot camp.
for. Yeah, it's going to be basically a boot camp / training. We haven't come up with the final name of it.
What?
I'm designing it at the moment, but we don't want to say no to all, like a lot of you. We see that some of you are passionate. You want to create content. We want you to create Ashes of Creation content, but maybe
We
you need a
obviously
little
do.
help
We
with,
sell
like,
your
your
product.
stream or how it runs, or maybe you're not quite ready to be tagged as an official content creator in our perspective. But we want to help you
Probably
get
not.
there. And so
I
we're
literally
gonna.
messaged Margaret and I was like, Margaret, I'm like getting a lot of anxiety and I feel terrible about messaging thousands of people rejection letters.
Oh. And I was like,
So I
are
was
you
like,
going to give me a person? And he was like,
yes,
yes. And I was like, all
I
right,
will
then we're
give
done.
you a person.
Because I just can't do everything. So I think we're really looking for that person. If you know somebody who would be fantastic for that, please send them our
I
way.
mean,
We'd love for them to apply.
I could
And of
reject
course, we're
people
gonna
all
pick the
day
best
long,
candidate
but I don't think I'm
possible.
fit for
But
an
yeah,
influencer
so it's going to take a little bit more
liaison.
time for us to finalize all of this and design this subsidiary program before we send out all of our acceptance letters to either one of these programs. But we just wanted to kind of be upfront with you all that we're so happy that there's so many people who want to make Ashes of Creation content.
I wonder how many people
So
applied.
thank you. That's huge. Further
I
beyond
bet you
that,
there's a
I
ton.
think that's all I got for updates. Whew, it was a lot. And I'm sorry I didn't have anything visual for you to look at other than our faces. I normally do. That's the one thing I forgot. I was trying to get everything set up before. So I'm going to toss it over to our wonderful and glorious creative director, Stephen Sharif, to talk a little bit more about our studio updates.
Okay, what do you got?
Yes. So, as usual, we are always hiring, and we have brought on some great people over the last month and a half or so. We've
Okay.
actually just hired 3 additional producers as well, which is great. An engineer started last week. We have a lot of we have a recruiter and HR starting next week. We're getting ready to move into the office.
Nice.
We are actually in the building. The server rooms are getting set up by, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. All of the electrical is getting put in, the cabling within the next week and a half. And
So
then
we got a bit to
hopefully
go.
around the middle of June, we will be back in studio. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. Um, I'm looking forward to it.
We
I
haven't
can't
been in
wait
the
to
studio
actually
in a while.
be able to see the
Oh yeah, I
person's
like my
face
own
that I'm
video. That's
talking
fine.
to on the regular and collaborate and have our
It's such a
potlucks
different.
again.
Oh yeah, our monthly potlucks. Y'all, we should
Monthly
just start
potlucks.
a
We should video the
restaurant.
next. We should honestly video the first potluck we have in the new studio. We need to just video all of the food that our amazing developers create. Kevin and his unbelievable like chilies and meats that he brings in, and his wife Jerry is this absolute amazing cook I've ever seen. It's like a dynamic duo, the two of them. I mean, really, everybody brings in fun
Oh,
stuff.
it's me
Margaret, your
sharing the
mac
video.
and cheese. I remember.
I know
Oh my
everyone always
gosh.
wants it, so I always bring just mac and. But I make a lot of other stuff.
That's true. That is true. So
But
that's
people
exciting.
just request my mac and cheese, so I usually make mac and
Absolutely.
cheese.
So very excited to be back in studio. Also super excited to start doing some job fairs. We have a lot of hires that
That'd be
we
good.
need to do over the next 6 months or so.
Yeah, they've
A
got a
lot
lot
of
of
fun
spots
plans
to
for
fill.
that. And
They're having a hard
the funny
time.
thing is, we've onboarded a lot of people actually over the COVID year, and I
I
actually
don't
haven't.
even know
Yeah,
these
I've
people's
seen a few of
faces.
I know.
Oh,
I've
that's
seen it.
bad.
I had a couple of parties at the house where we played some like Super Mario Smash Brothers, brought over some Switches, did some board games, and got to meet a few people. But there's
Well,
still
that's
a lot I
nice.
haven't met yet, and I know we've had a lot of people move to San Diego over the last few months that we onboarded who were remote.
Really?
But
Wow.
just excited to get together with those guys and gals and you know get to know them.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
We have done some group virtual get-togethers on Zoom and stuff, but it's not the same as seeing people
Right.
in real life.
They need to make. They need to
Steven's
get
not
people back
drinking
in.
wine.
It's
He's
silly.
just fancy AF and drinks out of a wine glass.
I could use the bottle, but then you might yell at me. I may have to like tear the label off or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm always like, no other brands. I don't want us to get in trouble. It's more so. And anything else? So that's the studio side,
That's
the
the studio
hiring
update, yep.
side.
Okay.
Anything
A
else?
simple
Oh,
update.
sorry. And
Yeah.
testing has been going great. As you guys know, this month we had our weekend-long test with many of our Alpha One testers.
Testing has
I
been
decided
pretty
that
decent.
in light
Minus
of
Ty's
us
experience.
pushing
I'm sure he's
the
going to
dates
comment in
back
chat.
as we did for the Alpha One testing and
still
the
there.
NDA release, that I would release the verbal NDA so that people get to talk about their experiences. Hopefully, you guys have had an opportunity to jump onto our Reddit or on the forums and watch many of the content that's been created, or chat with people who are participating in the test on Discord. Alpha 1, the preview to Alpha 1, it is, as I've said many times, a very technically oriented test, where we have the core systems kind of stood up in a bare bones fashion, and we're vetting these things. And, it's not a content related test. This is not a typical marketing oriented alpha. This is a true developmental alpha. And, it's been a real fun time watching people get into the game that you've been building for a long time,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
seeing even in its state now, which is nowhere near what it will be at launch, to see the people's reactions on the videos that they're creating, talking about how much fun they've had, to read their responses on our thread feedback, just kind of getting back to that nostalgia that so many of us have experienced in wanting to relive that first MMO experience. And it's almost, it's impossible really to get that back, but it's fun to come close, and it's fun
I
to
agree.
see
That's what I'm hoping
people
for with this game.
experiencing some of those emotions that they experienced with their first love, so to speak. We have a long way to go, and real big hats off to everyone who is taking the time to test, and
What's
being
Kevin
very
saying?
methodical in
I
their
don't know.
approach to that testing, submitting bug reports. We have thousands of bug reports,
Yeah.
many of them duplicates, but I think we had like over 2,000
Yeah.
that
QA
that the
wrote
QA
it in
team
their
had to
little
run through.
letter. Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I don't want to preempt that. Yeah, there's a letter from QA from Sean. But yeah, testing's been going great. Big props to the testers, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the video that we're going to show you just here in a little bit.
All right. And you
We
wanted
also
to.
got so much information too from profiles, and it's just not possible without all of your support in your testing. It's
Yeah,
massively
absolutely.
important.
Yes, 100%. I mean, as Kevin can tell you, obviously we have simulated players, we have headless clients that we put into the game and bots and whatnot, but there's only so much that you can script those bots to kind of do and try and mirror real players as close as possible, but it really just never gets to the real
Actually,
thing.
having all these
And
testing phases
yeah,
really allows
yeah.
them
Sorry,
not
go
to
ahead.
waste
Nobody
time
was
in
as crazy as
programming
real
bots. Like,
It's
we're
true.
the bots. We're just running around breaking
That's
it.
very true. But yeah, that's the studio update.
And we're breaking it in pretty interesting ways.
And of course, we have a very long video for you all. It's about
Flying on
30
a horse
minutes.
is pretty good.
So we will be playing that next. But I think you wanted to mention one more thing, Stephen.
Yes. Yes, I do want to mention one more thing. Those of you who didn't have an opportunity to see our announcement yesterday, we did have to give a bittersweet farewell to Jeffrey Bard, our lead game designer. Jeffrey has been on the project for over 5 years now. I remember
It's a
actually,
long time.
I remember when I first interviewed Jeff. I think I was interviewing him for a game writer position. Actually, it wasn't for a lead game. I was interviewing for a game writer because he came in and that's the position I had open. Interviewed him. We started working together, and he really lived up to his name as a bard. He was kind of a jack of all trades, so to speak, and he was able to kind of hit spots that needed to be hit when we were a really small team. And over the years, he really just grew as a designer. He grew into that role as a lead designer, and really appreciative of the time that he spent on the project. Jeff went to pursue, one of his passions, which is virtual reality, and he's got a great gig over at another company that's doing some fun things, I think, in the space. So, everybody here wishes Jeff the best, and we're very appreciative for the
Fortunate to
awesome
see him go. I think he
talents
was
that he
holding this
provided
alive
the team
together
and
in a way.
the company and the project over the last 5 years. And just from a friend level, I shared a lot of passion for MMOs and for storytelling with Jeff. In fact, one particular event stands out to me. Early on in the company's inception, we used to have a lot of Pathfinder sessions, tabletop role-playing game. We used to game together at my place, every weekend. And there was this, I'm going to tell this story. Jeff might hate me for it, but I don't know. There was this one time where John and I had a great idea. And Kevin was there too, I think, actually. We had a great idea.
Kevin doesn't know.
Okay, here, I'll just explain it like this. So I had on my phone this like nuclear attack video, right? And it was basically like this thing on the Travel Channel. It was like talking about like, food in Russia or whatever. And I streamed it into my theater. And I had it like playing for minutes prior to the to anybody arriving, so it was like some lead up time, and we were all sitting down and gaming. And this story is going to speak a little bit true to Jeff's gaming spirit, as the gamer inside of him. But so the thing was playing in the theater in the background, and like after about 10 minutes, and we're all like getting situated and getting ready to start our RPG, and we were going to start playing and whatnot, and this emergency warning thing comes on the screen, right? And it's it's doing that emergency, and it's like, this is a message from your civil defense, and like a nuclear missile launch has been detected, and it's starting to go crazy. And everyone's face, Jeff's included, was just like, oh my god, what's happening? And I was like, guys, it's all right, we need to get into the bunker. I said I said like we had a bunker, but in actuality it was like my generator room. And I was like, Jeff, we need to get to the bunker. He's like, no, I need to call my wife. And I was like, Jeff, there's no time, we have to run to the bunker now. And he's like, all right, well, let me get my dice. So he ran to the table and he got his D20 and his dice, and he was like, all right. So we walk into the room, and I'm just like, boop, boop, boop. The door will open in a second to the bunker, don't worry. And he's just standing there with his laptop and his character in his hand and his dice, and he's like ready to walk into the bunker. I'm just like, Jeff, your first thought was the dice? Come on, man. But
he had dice.
The true
awesome.
gamer inside of him. Of course, Kevin was as calm as possible. You see Kevin right here. He's just like, yeah, it'll be about 2 hours before it hits us. We got some time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I wanted to get some food. I had a hangover like nobody's business from the previous night.
It was great times. I actually recorded that. I put it on a video too. I should release that someday. But yeah, no, it was pretty funny.
The funny thing was, my wife was in LA that weekend, so I'm like, hey, you need to like get underground or something.
Yeah, that's right. You called her. You were like, babe, I can't explain. Get underground. You have about 2 hours.
And the obviously in California we don't dig holes in the desert, so there is no underground. So Bon
Yes.
chance.
But regardless, like
Well,
I
it's
said,
just a
we're
story.
very appreciative of Jeff's work on the project. He did a great job in spearheading, many of my design philosophies. We shared a lot of that together. I have a very specific vision for Ashes, and Jeff did an exemplary job championing that vision, and we wish him all the best in the future, and hope we can't wait to see his reveal on. I think it's a big IP he's working on, and excited to see what he does.
I want to
So
see what
best
he
of
does
luck to you,
too.
Jeff. The community wishes you well, and everybody here at Intrepid wishes you well as well.
Go get him, man.
Yeah. I wish him the best of luck. And of course, I'll see him around. We'll do lunches and stuff.
Oh, can I give you one more story about Jeff? I'm so sorry. Can I give you just one more story?
Okay.
Oh man,
Okay.
Story time.
So,
This is going to be a really long stream, y'all.
this I know. Hold on. This is
she
a
from
hilarious
Texas or
one here.
something?
Okay, we were at the studio, and I think we were probably about 40, 50 people. This was like I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. And one of my good friends
Oh,
is a
this
police
one.
officer here in San Diego, and his name's Sergeant William Tracy. And I was
Shout
telling
out
him,
to him.
like,
Okay.
hey, we're getting these like these just crazy people on Reddit are talking about how, like, oh, this project's a scam and stuff, and it's like a pyramid scheme or whatever, right? So I was like, I would love it if you could come into the studio and fake arrest me in front of my team. And he was like, okay,
What?
I can totally do that. So I'm sitting there in the studio, and I'm like writing on the whiteboard in the conference room, and this police officer walks into the middle of the studio, and he's like, says out to the studio, he's like, I need to see Stephen Sharif immediately. And one of the people's like pointing over to to the conference room, and I walk out and I'm like, I'm Stephen Sharif, how can I help you? And he's like, you're under arrest. And he pulls out his like handcuffs, and he starts like cuffing me in front of the team, and he tells the team, he's like, I need all of you to step away from your desks immediately. And I'm looking over at Jeff, and his face just turns like ghost white, just like complete ghost white. He's like, oh no, oh my god. And he's like standing there, he gets up, and everybody's like walking around and like standing there, and the guy's like, we've heard some reports about this company, and we're here to arrest this guy. And now listen, John had the best idea, and thinking back, I should have done this, but I decided not to. What I wanted to do was take like a bag of baking powder and tape it under Jeff's chair, and have the officer say like there's a drug thing going on throughout this company. And I was just gonna be like, yeah, Jeff made me do it. It's under his chair. Grab it from Jeff. And I decided not to do it, but we just
Oh
had
my
a
god,
lot of.
that's awful. Stephen.
Awfully great.
I'm
Awfully
By the
sorry.
way, when I started, we put in the handbook, no joking, no more pranks.
I know.
Margaret, you ruined it all.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
in
a
the
good
handbook.
Also, at one point, he said, I'm sorry, but your car's been impounded.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. It was good times. But
was so
anyways,
good.
we had a
Steven
lot
seems
of
like
great
he's
memories
a
together, and
rascal,
I
like
wish him well, and look forward to
mischief
everything,
type
all the
person.
successes
Kevin's
he
like, I
does.
just want destruction.
Yeah, I got to work with Jeff twice because I also worked with him at a previous company. So it's been a blessing, and he's a really technical guy, and go get him, man.
Yeah, I've gotten to work
Absolutely.
with him. This is my second round working with him too, so I'm wish him the best.
So did Jeff
With
hire all
that,
these people?
I think before Stephen says another story and I lose my heart, I'm gonna switch over and we're gonna play quite a long video. Do you want to do a little preface on this video? Of course, a reminder
Sure.
that everything here that you're seeing is an Alpha 1 preview. Still many bugs, many issues. There will be fixes, so just pre-emphasizing that part.
Okay.
Absolutely. So just to jump on that real quick, there is one particular bug you're going to notice in this video, and it is a UI bug that constantly shows a headline of like a control point being taken. So apologies for that. It is alpha. There's still a lot of bug fixing and polishing and just massaging.
I can't believe
Some
if
of
this
these
was with
systems
other
to
players, I'm gonna be
continue
so
working well.
mad
But the
because I
big
was sleeping during this
thing I wanted to show you guys, and
test.
this is obviously, our whole
Sorry,
approach to
taken now.
development is transparency, right? And we want to give you a look every step of the way. And you know, in a month, this particular system, the Sieges, is going to be in a much, much better state, but it's
Better
just you
be.
get to see a preview
God
of it
damn it.
now. And it's pretty fun, right? On the networking side, I think we had almost 300 participants in the Siege for the first test, which was kind of crazy. And then I wanted to capture footage, so I did a second test with only like 120 or 130 people.
They are, Ty. They are.
But, you know, we had a
Killed
lot
me.
of fun. As you guys know, the Sieges
I was
are
like
gonna
right
be
on the
daily
couch and I
events
saw my
for the
phone and
Alpha 1
Anders
when
was
it
talking to
launches.
me.
It's a great
And I was
way
like,
for
I
us
just
to
can't do
collect,
it.
density
I'm sorry,
data,
Anders.
right?
And then
It's a great way
Anders
for
wasn't
us
on the
to kind
server
of push the limitations of,
right when they
what our
did
networking
this, I
layer is
think, the
capable of
Siege battle
providing,
invite.
from a performance standpoint, and you know, it's also a fun activity, and it's
So
representative
all of
you know,
BMF,
core
all
systems and
3 of us
kind of what
missed.
we're trying to achieve with
And I'm
action
sure you were
creation.
sleeping
And,
from
you know, it's guild
working your night
centric,
shift.
community centric. You know, it's a risk versus reward that people can opt into.
You gotta step it up. Gotta step it
Yeah,
up,
we had a
Ty.
lot of fun, I think, last night. The people who participated, and we're looking forward to doing more testing with this particular system.
Yeah, in the first round, I was there for that, but I wasn't there for the recording part because my computer blew up. But people were super serious, like they were like trying to coordinate and stuff. It was great. They're like, they're coming to the north gate. Get out!
Yes.
Good, isn't it? It's a
was great.
siege. Aren't you
Hold on
supposed
the
to
west
coordinate?
gate. It was great.
Freaky.
It was a lot of fun.
All right, well, we're gonna play this video, and we'll see you all
Join BMF
in about 30 minutes.
for future
Glorious
whatchamacallit, siege
ashes
battles.
of creation,
hello.
community. Welcome to yet another stream, another video inside the Alpha 1
Great-
preview test.
Great
of
talk,
Ashes
Steven.
of
Let's get some
Creation.
battles.
I'm excited that you were able to join us today. We have a fun-filled, action-packed recording for you. It is currently 10:38 p.m. Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. And I am joined by only the bravest of soldiers that Vera has to offer. For I stand within the keep of the most noble castle of the Dunzenkel dwarves. And ahead of me lies a fight that would tear out the heart of the bravest men
Nice.
and women, of course. But as you can see here, I am joined by the most glorious of defenders.
Did they just get like
have
2
ever
guilds
walked
together and bring them in, like
the face of
Virtue and
Vera.
was it
Show me your
Stormborn as a
teeth,
bunch?
defenders. Jump, rise! To this day we fight in defense of our homes. Alright, sorry. Just wanted to RP a little bit. Guys, we're excited to show you some of the siege testing. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit maybe buggy. We'll see. We just did a little test with over 200 participants in the siege. And I'm going to be taking you through some of the
Oh, they got beans.
event. I'm joined by my compatriots at
An
Intrepid.
insert. Wait, you don't want to
Chris
RP,
Dredd,
Ty?
aka Trent
Oh,
Thompson,
no.
one of our senior designers on Ashes of Creation. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, hello. Good to see everybody again.
And we also have with us the amazing, the tiniest, but not in this case, the tiniest of toasts.
I'm still a pretty tiny toast, even though it's not my name, and I am very ready to let loose the foxes of war.
Come on, Ty, didn't you do a whole
Let's let
thing
the foxes
back in
roll.
SWOTOR where you were like
And with us
RPing and
as
wrote a whole
well,
thing about
a
it?
recurring guest now, the great
were
and
still in?
powerful Mr. Chris Justo. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So, I heard from a little bird that there might be some people who are attempting to take our castle from us. But just to give you guys an idea of what we're going to do here, and I guess I should
Horse
mount.
loud.
Perfect. Just to give you guys an idea of what we want to do here, this
You're always
siege
annoying,
zone
Ty.
has a couple, actually it has 3 dragons. You saw one of them in the last stream. We're going to take you over, and I think what we're going to start with is trying to take down that frost dragon, because he's been over there causing some storms and some snow, and killing dragons in the siege actually gives you buffs. So before we actually get into a fight
Okay.
with the incoming attackers, who we believe
Tell
will
me
be here
more.
shortly, we're going to try to get ourselves a buff by defeating that frost dragon. What do you guys say we run out of these halls and we go and take that beast down?
I say we're definitely ready to break.
Oh, yes, we are ready. Let's do it. Let's go. Where do we go? I've only been lord of this castle for about a minute.
Follow me.
We follow your lead.
Yes! Oh, there's like a little exit down here. Alright.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
is
a
this my
tight end.
throne room?
That's tight.
This is my throne room.
It was made especially for you.
Let me just look at the throne real quick. Is there like a little crown on there for me? Yes, there totally is. Oh, I love it. Alright, now how do we get out of here?
Talk to the portal man, and he will take you, or the sergeant of the vanguard, and he will take you out the door.
Okay.
Brave soldier, do you wish to step outside and harry the flanks of our foes? Indeed. Please allow me to pass. I like that. I'm so polite. This is a war. Do these people not know this is a war? Wow, look at that. We have some pretty awesome...
Still
Oh, the
deploying.
trebuchets are working, or
Actually,
ballistas,
try and
excuse me.
talk to them.
Oh, that's good. We have some ballistas up here. Loving it.
Oh my god, I can't
On my
wait.
mount. I'm gonna just...
Is the plural of ballistas ballista or ballistae?
Ballistae.
Ballistae, is that how it's pronounced?
Oh, it's a good thing that the gates are up.
Ballistas.
Alright, let's head out. Out the front gates. We fear no man or woman. Well, maybe women.
Or
but not
dwarf.
men.
Or elf?
Yes. Ah.
So the
Welcome.
gates obviously don't work if there's
to the world
teleporters.
of Vera.
I
Let us go
assume.
to the Frost Dragon.
There's
We must-
plenty of people waiting for you here.
We must move with haste because I know the attackers are preparing their assault. I love this ram, by the way.
It does look pretty cool.
So, who worked on this dragon, by the way?
Chong did.
Chong did. That's right. And I hear that this guy has actually quite a punchy pack.
Yeah, so he's got a couple different mechanics. The biggest one is going to be like this thing that you kind of have to dance around. I don't want to really spoil anything, but be ready to stay on your toes.
Who's our
A
tank?
boss battle, we gotta move?
I guess.
That's crazy.
All right, go for it.
Every
You want to get
heals.
some hate up?
We just go for it.
Now
Let's
remember,
get some
let's not
Leroy.
channel. Don't channel. Stay away from those things. They're dangerous.
What's that? 200,
Down.
1,000 health, it looks like? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The tail looks like a rear AoE it's gonna do.
Now,
Like
what do we
cone
need to look
attack.
out for in this guy?
So he's got a couple different moves. His frost breath is really, really dangerous.
Okay.
And then you'll know it when you see it, but he's gonna put ice waves on the ground like he's doing right now, and you don't want to get hit by them.
Okay.
Oh, what's he doing?
It's like a bite here.
Where did that attack though? Looked like Steven just attacked his teammates. Oof, that's a good
That
good
looks like a
wave
big
there.
angry AoE.
See, if you're attacking your teammate. They gotta fix that, that's,
Get out.
which I assume they will. They keep it targeting.
Careful,
You-
defenders. Don't be
It's
channeled.
easy to target the wrong person,
Oh, we're bringing him down a little bit.
the wrong creature. Oh, ice something.
So he spits out these kind of ice crystals, huh?
Yeah, so you don't want to get hit by them. They'll lock you in place. And it combos in a really dangerous way with the frost paths that come around.
There you go. Good move, Steven. Good move. Stay on the sides.
It's funny, I don't see any ice crystals for some reason. Are you seeing them?
I think they're going to be later stage.
Oh, okay, got it.
What's he doing? A stomp
Definitely do the
attack?
dance,
Oh.
though.
You gotta, I wonder if you have to jump for that wave. Get in there, Steven. Make a mess.
I'm gonna activate my action mode.
Get off your horse or goat. Let's go.
I'm ported out at just the right time. Oh, if we can bring him
Oh, that hit
down.
right.
No, he's flying.
Oh no, he's taken to the sky.
It's a siege battle type with the dragons. I don't know if that's necessarily going to
Oh,
be
no, I
during
see
the
ice
actual
crystals.
sieges in the real game.
Oh,
Because,
I died. I need a res.
uh-oh,
Somebody res him.
there's a lot of people
We're bringing
dead.
you up.
Gotcha.
TY. I need a heal.
Oh,
Oh no!
Steven's just
Oh,
getting
ways away.
beat up, I think.
I think we just
That
lost half
increases
of
over
our.
time.
I think we just lost half of our raid.
Yeah, we need
They're not
res.
doing well.
I need heals.
Working on
Oh, somebody
Clumsy.
became a mayor.
I just...
Clumsy was elected
him. I'm
mayor.
down.
I don't know if I trust a man named Clumsy to be mayor.
I got you, Steven.
Oh, thank you. I'm running out of mana.
I'm out of mana.
I'm still pretty good, so let me know if you need heals or reses.
You got him almost at half health.
Almost a half. Like 42,000 away.
Just do his
You're
little
big.
breath weapon.
You're big dead if you get hit by that.
I don't know. I got pretty good here.
Shoot.
Nice. Get in there, Steven. I love how the dragon works, or moves, I should say. Like, last time I saw this dragon, I was in the testing, and boy, oh boy, it was funny.
Oh, almost got him. Just need
Bad
to damn
tank
it.
of lost aggro.
Man.
Oh, I keep avoiding those. Avoiding those like a boss.
Yeah, we can do this easily. We just need people to obey the mechanics.
I'm out of.
What are you telling some DPS to not stand in the bad stuff?
Oh
I'm
no,
ice.
all these ice.
I'm coming back with my whip.
Oh, don't stand in the middle of that, Dread. No, you don't want to stand in the middle of that.
I
No.
can't move.
No. And
Oh, no.
you're dead.
Alright, wait a second.
Alright, someone res me fast.
Whoa, are these attackers? I see attackers here.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no, those are defenders. Okay, we're good.
Oh, man, that'd be great if attackers showed up and ruined their,
I love the icons in here for them too.
their whole
Oh, no,
game.
I got
Dang.
comboed by a breath attack.
Oh, no, I got sent back to the spawn.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, let's hope the
That's
attackers
bad.
aren't taking
Big
advantage of this
threat.
opportunity and approaching the walls with the trebuchets. That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, hurry back.
I think, you know, they may have caught wind of our... They may have...
Cotton wind.
They may have caught wind of us trying to kill the ice dragon. We probably should actually reinforce the walls for their approach.
Should we bail?
Yeah, I think we need to sound the alarm.
Bail.
Well,
Everyone
we should
back
see,
to the walls.
Tactical retreat.
Are they stealing the kill? Because we could probably take it back.
I don't know where they are.
This
We have any
man's
scouts
talking
or
like
any
he's
eyes on them?
PvP before.
I don't think
I've
we
got
have
no
any skills.
eyes.
I'm just gonna get near the front gate and watch with one of the ballistas. But I see that that we have a control point 4. Now, let me jump on this. All right, I'm on a ballista,
Are they attacking?
but I don't see anybody yet.
I'm heading back.
I'm
to
gonna
it.
go check. Want to see what the dragon is doing.
Quick, everyone, back!
This dragon is probably being kited back to our safe
I
harbor.
will stand tall in front of the gates and
Ooh,
defend
I just
us.
saw a trebuchet fire. I think I just saw a trebuchet.
Really? I missed
Should I
it.
take the risk and investigate?
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe that'd be good. We need some scouts.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going for it. I'm going on my stealthy
I'm
horse.
just watching right now. Now you got to be careful. Those of you guys who are manning the ballistas, the trebuchets have a further distance on their projectiles, so we need to wait until we literally see the whites of their eyes.
That's smart. I love that.
They're coming, run.
Where, which side?
Which side?
Off the left side if you're looking away from the castle.
Smart, good details. I like this. I want to PvP
All right,
with
stand by,
this.
everybody.
Also, Ice Dragon is reset. Nobody's on it.
Sweet.
No buffs for anybody. Oh, Ty, I can't wait to play
Stand by.
this.
Hold your fire, ballistas. Hold your fire.
Hold your fire. Trying to tell these guys to hold their fire. is that?
Are they on the field yet? No? Okay, they're not on the
I
field
didn't
yet.
see them
No,
right
they're
by
all to the left of us in front of the poison dragon.
Oh, I see.
Do
I
you see them?
Should we rush them?
Oh, I'm sorry, they're coming over there. Let me
Take
go-
'em off
let me
guard.
run over there. Yeah. I don't know if we should meet them on the field just yet. What do you think?
it. Let them.
I mean,
come
we'll
by.
just respawn, so we might as well just kill them.
Also true.
All right, I don't even see them yet. Hold on. Oh, I'm seeing them.
There they come.
Beans, allow me control of this ballista. Thank you, sir.
Alright, they're diverting.
Shoot, Steven. Oh, good
No, they're
shot.
diverting. Where's their trebuchets?
It's a
You must be
trick.
hiding them.
I don't see the trebuchets just yet. Try to target, lead the target if you can. Alright.
Pull them to the right of the castle.
We should, as soon as we see their trebuchets, we should probably meet them on the field.
Why? Let them in.
Can you take down trebuchets with regular attacks, or do they have to be taken down? with
Yes.
You
normal
can't use
attacks?
auto attacks.
Yes, with auto attacks.
So you're saying we need a defense team to guard our trebuchets during a siege. I gotcha. Thanks.
Oh, that says control point 2. How close is that?
It's pretty far off.
Okay.
Oh, I saw the trebuchets. They're out there.
Control point 1.
Steven, are you blind?
I don't see them yet. I saw some of them.
We just wiped a ton of their squad off the face of the
Oh, I see the trebuchets.
Oh, here they come.
Focus fire the trebuchets. Let's jump down and push on them. Everyone, jump down and push on them unless you're on a ballista.
Why are
Kill
the
the trebuchets if you can.
trebuchets
Don't let them
going so
shoot at
close?
the door.
God, I can't wait to just throw tons of money into these and just get like every guild member I have with one trebuchet and just stroll up and just start beating on a gas.
Destroy it.
Trebuchets,
I got
fire!
one down. Yes, you got it down. Good job.
Nicely done.
There's still 3. Oh my god, they have 4 on the hill.
Oh, that looks cool.
Let's push out. Try to kill the drivers.
Destroy everything.
Oh, I see somebody up here. Envious.
Mark's job knocked them out there
Oh,
quickly.
good shot. Even while you're attacked.
Oh no.
Kill Steven.
Oh no. They're chasing me.
Alright, another trebuchet is down.
Oh, there's Asmongold Goldbald. Get him!
Oh my god, they let him in?
Have him on target.
Oh, he got destroyed.
Oh, here comes another trebuchet.
Oh
Yes,
man, that
secure
castle's
the
so
citadel.
big.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, they got him.
I got killed by Xerxes. I'll have to run back out. You know what? We will take flight.
Survey the field from above.
What
Oh, we've got a red dragon coming down the hill.
Ooh, I see it.
the?
Fire dragon.
How'd they get the fire dragon? Did they pull it? Oh my god, that's so smart.
Oh, I found like this underground tunnel area. Oh, you guys will notice there's a little bit of a bug with the channeling of control points. Try to stay clear of those control points.
Where is he? He's like in a whole new area. Oh,
Tower
it's a
gate
secret.
plan.
Why did you show us
I
the
don't even think they
secret?
touched the gate. Oh, somebody's over.
How-
Yeah, they're
Oh,
in
that's a
our
friend.
gates.
Are they?
They're channeling control point 5. They should be.
Hmm.
If I know my math. I might not, though.
I feel like he's the designer of this, whatchamacallit,
Attackers
this
at
castle.
the right gate for defenders.
Got it. Oh,
They
they
break
did.
in?
They destroyed this gate over here.
Nice.
Oh, they're out in front of it. We need to rally. Oh, charge them. Don't let them sit out there. Charge.
Charge. Man. These visuals look like better since the last time I've
Stackerson
tested.
on my target.
Oh, want to buy
Yep.
followers?
Got
No, I'm
They
good, thanks.
Got him.
to
Onver.
damage the gate with just their regular attacks too, not just the
Yes, yes, their regular attacks and damage the
ricochet. They were
gates.
sneaking us. They were trying to distract us with their war machines.
Oh, attackers are channeling the
they're
throne?
prone.
What?
How did they already get in there?
Uh-oh, we got this.
Defenders rally to our homeland.
Alright, we need to hold the
How?
throne. Sorry for the spam of the control point, everybody watching. It's a bug. Welcome to Alpha.
Yeah, really.
We need to get in. Alright, I'm in. Where's this person in the throne room? Do we have eyes in there?
We're
Yeah, I
working
don't
on it.
see
It takes a
anyone.
bit to port back in.
So it'd be funny if one guy gets
I
in and
wonder if
just
they're
holding
under
it.
the throne.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Alright, let's see where they are. Okay. I guess we should probably leave at least a couple people here. 2 people to watch the throne.
Yeah.
The rest of us should go out and meet them on the field.
We must protect these valuable chests in the throne room.
Yeah, I wonder what's in the chest.
The king, Steven?
Alright, remember, where's control point 5? Oh, it's down below. Got it. They are actually capturing it.
I was worried about their the castle siege setup,
They're
like what they were
capturing
planning, but it's like,
See if we can rain
this looks
down
really solid
fiery
right
hell
now.
upon them.
Oh, come on,
Whoops.
Steven, get in there.
I totally accidentally just jumped down here.
What do you mean, total? Get in the battle. That's it. Get him, boy. Oh, Steven.
Oh no! That was
He's
not where I
got
wanted to be.
destroyed.
You know, again, stream, I'm gonna have to apologize, but I want to get you good footage, so I think I might need to cheat just a little bit. Alright, I'm a little beef here now, hold on.
Why did he pick those numbers?
Alright, I think we're ready. I think we're ready.
Alright, get back in there, Steven.
Let us see what we can do. How's the front looking?
No one on the right side.
I didn't see anyone on the left.
Alright,
either.
Ty,
I'm gonna
have
go
fun, buddy.
Yeah,
quiet.
Corey,
Too
Corey
quiet.
and I have been holding the right, so it's pretty good.
We gotta get on the ballista on the
I
inside
am
wall.
now
Shoot down.
approaching.
They just took the front. They're taking the front gate.
Oh no.
Do we have folks on the ballista up there?
Oh, I see the gate's getting destroyed.
Oh, nice.
Alright, we took them down.
What if you could? You got Ty? Yeah.
I love the
Well,
appearance of
I'll
the
talk to you later.
half demolished gate.
I'm ready.
What if we could jump over that gate? That'd be cool.
Show me where they are.
Can I heal the gate with my heal spells?
No, you
No.
cannot.
Dang it.
Can you repair it with a craftsman?
I tried.
That'd be cool.
Alright, we should invite the attackers to stand against us at the front gate. In their entirety. And we shall charge at them. Let them
They're
form
coming along
across
the
from
right
us. Alright.
We should let them form and then they must slash bow before we're
Agreed.
allowed to
Attackers, if you can hear me, form at the front gate across the way. Oh, I see there's a dragon up there. It's moving around.
Oh, I see some trebuchets
not
in the
engage.
distance.
Merely form yourselves and we shall see who can withstand the other. Ballistas, hold your fire. Extend the courtesy. They brought a
Stop
trebuchet.
firing at them.
Oh, there's a trebuchet shot just landed in. Alright. We shall meet on the battlefield in 10-second countdown.
Count, let's go.
In 9, 8, 7,
Or wood.
6, came after 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, for Narnia!
I knew that nerd in him would yell something. Oh no, my earbuds. Alright, good move. You're. Oh, I'm late.
Oh, there's
So
so
we're
many
flank.
shield throw. Oh no, I'm just getting thrown.
I want to see them just use the chain over and over and over and toss Steven
Push into
around.
them.
Why aren't there trebuchets firing?
Push
Really
into
hope you're
them.
recording, because this is epic.
I know. I hope the recording's working. I don't know.
We
Did they
annihilated.
flee?
We appear to have scattered their ranks.
They're coming back though. They're coming back and
Oh
forth.
no, yeah, I see him, I see
Alright, we got a surge here. Get off your rhino thing.
I've been down.
Resin down.
I'm in the midst of them.
Steven's auto heal is like way overpowered.
They don't know I have the strength of the gods behind me.
I feel like I'm on the battlefield with all these meteor explosions.
Oh yeah, let me get a look at.
That's a good view.
So the great thing you guys are watching is the network is handling this, 100+ players right now pretty well. And
I think it's doing a real
as
fantastic
you all
job.
know, our strategy for castle sieges are intending to be 250 versus 250. And
Really?
Prior to this test, we had a test of about, I think we had about 230 or so players in this fight. And while there were, the bugs were more prevalent, the network actually wasn't too bad. Let's push into their camp if we can.
Lead us on your mighty griffin.
I'm actually going to aggro the dragon.
Why are you aggroing the dragon?
Come on, buddy. We need your help. Come, fight with us. Yes! Seek vengeance. Oh, no. Somebody pulled me down.
They pulled him
His
down.
talents. Get back here. Oh, no.
Are we gonna spawn camp these poor guys?
Spawn camp them. I got 2 up here.
Be dead like 5 times over now. Oh, they yanked him again.
No. Where'd the dragon go?
I don't think he ever aggroed it, honestly.
Talons is still
Been
killed.
downed again.
Oh, he's got a friend, Ironsmithy.
They have respawned in force.
Oh no.
Oh,
whoa,
yes, they did.
Whoa! Where did all these guys come from?
What is this? Were they so disorganized earlier?
Can't take me.
They got me.
Sorry, I'm no longer on the front lines to help you. Who left their crown on the throne?
I think that might have been me. I'm just getting like ripped apart over here. Luckily, I gave myself a bunch of health. I'm like their
I was trying to
personal raid bot.
self-heal.
Oh, they might actually bring me down.
Oh, they're gonna bring you down. Don't worry about that.
Oh no. Oh no. I need to get out of here. Oh, I can't even move. I'm just getting CC locked. No! Get off of me. I'm the king. Oh, I'm
You
definitely going down.
gotta set a win condition. If you kill Steven, it's auto win for the attackers.
Where's my defenders?
I'm coming. Slow walk.
Oh no, no.
Oh man, they worked him
Oh,
down
I
there.
just died. Well, I think we'll end it there.
It's, I think.
Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed just a little look at the Castle Siege system that's in Alpha 1.
That was cool.
It still needs a lot of work,
There's
obviously. There's a lot of polish to be had, some bugs to be fixed, but these are going to be running 4 times a day, actually, during the month-long alpha test. And they
4
run about
times
an
a
hour
day?
long. We reduced the time. But victory conditions for the attackers, obviously, is to capture the final control point, which is the throne. And then for the defenders, there will be a NPC, basically the sergeant-at-arms for the attacking side that you can kill, or running out the clock. I'm just going to run up here. And with that being said, want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you back on stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. And long live Vera. Oh, they're like breaking through the gate right now.
They're storming the castle.
Are they? Should I wait until they see if they can actually break through the gate?
They did. They broke through one of them.
Well, I think they're actually. Oh no, they're breaking down the inner keep gate.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we'll just see if they. Oh no, it's falling apart.
Most of our forces are at their camp.
I'm gonna sneak up on him.
Yeah, they're definitely breaking through the gate right now. I'm just gonna hold on.
Oh,
Man,
I'm
I can't
killing
wait
a
to
whole
do
bunch
this.
of them.
Yeah, they're
I
definitely.
just
they're
dropped
coming
an
through.
AoE.
The gate is like getting torn apart right now.
I wonder if there's a way to
No.
sneak in
I
there.
think you guys wiped them actually.
Come out because I dropped a hallowed ground on the whole group.
Oh man. All right, we'll see you guys back on stream. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye everybody.
I like that dread guy. He wants to win.
All right. Well, we hope you all enjoyed that. We'll have it kind of running in the background whilst we chat a little bit more. But I did want to, saw one topic that kind of came up a couple times, which was, are there going to be ways to repair walls, siege machines,
Yes,
things
will
like
there?
that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's not going to be present in alpha, but those are long-term designs for these types of events, right?
Nice.
Obviously there's a lot of ancillary activities that can be had during sieges. Sieges kind of take a few forms, right? It's obviously strategy and tactics and, raid versus raid components, but also you want to have like individual contributions where players can do things, during the siege to aid in the greater effort, so to speak. And it doesn't require you having, 50 people by your side to effectuate that, influence over something. So repairs are great ways to do that. Repairs for walls, repairs for gates, being able to spawn and essentially craft the designs for specific types of siege weapons to provide those to the team. There's a lot of, Wiki's a great source, and we've talked about this in the past. But there's a lot of intended designs. What you're seeing here is, again, what Alpha 1's all about, that core system, the base functionality. We're vetting...
Can I hit creature? Will it take damage?
Right.
Like that kind of... If I use spell, this type of spell, will it put a hot dot on somebody and a hot on this person? Like really testing the functionality, less about like how much balance is happening, right? Like in regards to that. And obviously Steven has to do a little cheating because he's trying to put on a good video for you all. So if he just left his health at a normal health, he would die because of 50 people trying to kill him. So I just want to put a little
I
emphasis
want to
on
make
that
sure
part.
you guys get to see what's happening, and in order to do that, sometimes I still died. But in order to do that, sometimes I'd have to do some cheating. So I apologize for that. I also saw, you guys might have seen this. There wasn't any diminishing returns on CCFX, right? I was getting like pulled in every direction and constantly being tripped and knocked down, and those diminishing returns aren't in yet. So there is going to be diminishing returns for CCFX. I also noticed, I mentioned this prior to the video and mentioned during the video, there was a UI bug for the control point spam. You saw that on screen. It was constantly updating control points as people were moving in and out of the vicinity of those control points. That actually will be moved to a separate location. It'll have some cooldown on it, and it'll be kind of more minimized, and the ability for the player to hide those types of notifications. Right now it's just routed through the main broadcast messaging. Additionally, one real important takeaway from this, I know you guys are seeing this, it looks like fun gameplay. You're seeing it in the bare bones fashion, but the really important takeaway I think is the smoothness of the game, right? With those many characters on screen, and mind you, I have a 1080 Ti and I'm recording in 4K footage on a widescreen monitor. So you're seeing it from my perspective and it's looking smooth, and especially you don't see this very often in alpha versions of games, or at least true alpha versions of games. So I think that bodes very well for the future and what our intents are from a massive multiplayer standpoint, right? Like our whole goal is to create these very fun and fluid and massive interactions. I mean, that's the future, in my opinion, of gaming in general, is to have that, high participation and just volume of players that are present in these types of activities.
Yeah, but you only want 250
everything you do
versus
in an MMO
250
will be a part of some massive
on these
multiplayer
cast
component.
sieges.
But in these types of high octane environments and sieges where, a lot of
people
are
expect
making
any
investments in
like,
the outcome of these types of
crazy big
activities, it's
guilds.
fun to see that you can actually participate without having to worry about your computer blowing up or, working frame by frame, or, the networking not being good.
I guess that's
So,
500
a lot
players
of the
total. I
testing
don't know.
we've been
Maybe I'm making
doing
bigger,
lately has
bigger
been
deal
to
on it.
refine essentially our networking layer, the optimizations, the bugs that we find and all that stuff, and kind of keep it lean, keep it performant. The other thing I noticed. Oh, you already mentioned it was cheating on the show.
Yeah, and that was a great segue actually to the next topic, which incorporates McP here, in
Yay.
regards to the performance and optimization stuff that our engineering team is doing in
a long
coercion
video.
with our design team, obviously. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and in regards to the playtest and the progress towards Alpha 1. So if you want to kind of go over those things, McP, and Stephen and I can add in some extra topics here as we go through it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so basically, the big thing we found out during our testing is we had some sort of ghosted AI controllers that were just hanging out all over our world, and they were just increasing and not going away over time. So we've decreased the ticking on those, but we have yet to find the cause of the perpetrator. But we've added instrumentation to discover that. So hopefully today or tomorrow.
And this is in regards to what you guys noticed if you were in the Alpha 1, where like the longer the servers went on, the more you saw like rubber banding and strange things happening.
Yeah.
That was kind of correlating to this issue.
Yeah,
and then the
that
next,
was precisely it. That's the cause.
yeah. And then the next things that you guys are working on and focusing on, which, is obviously stuff that we're trying to work towards as far as feedback, which is, performance optimizing at the network level on server processing of MPCs and client performance. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so every test, what we do is we run a series of profiles on the servers and also on the clients. And we also have profiling at the cloud level, at the hosting level. So using those data points, we're able to identify during these large tests what is the performance killer on the server or the client. And then we knock down, it's like playing whack-a-mole. You knock those down and then run profiles again and get the next thing or the next four things that are causing it.
Yeah, I do.
So it's an iterative process, but having these large scale tests is really one of the few ways to really find these things that show up at scale.
Yeah, and if you guys, I think there were a few questions regarding like what our requirements are and specs in regards to that. We do have that on our support page in the FAQ section. You can see what our current expected requirements are for min spec, and then what we recommend as well currently. Obviously, if that changes, we'll update those articles, but if you're looking for that information, it is available to you already. Next thing you guys were working on was like the hitching and eliminating that stuff. Can you talk a little bit more about that side of things?
Yes. So one thing that we do for optimization is we kind of merge
Love this stuff.
character meshes together, and we weren't doing it in the most efficient manner, and it was causing regeneration to occur pretty often, which would hitch the client as these things were merged together into a new mesh. So Alexi did some fantastic work on that and knocked that all of that out. So now we have a much smoother performance with the client.
Nice.
Yeah, and then another thing that engineering is providing to design is, we've talked about this in the past, and you likely saw in this video, I noticed there was a few comments in the chat section about combat and some of the changes that are occurring in combat. Obviously, there are visual changes that Jim and Adrian on the VFX side are doing with weapon trails and impact effects, and those are definitely getting refined. But additionally, there's an entirely new ability system that's being coded on the back end, that's customized for particularly network optimization. And,
we have a section for that, Stephen, that we're
oh,
going to go
I'm so sorry. I just jumped the gun. All right, I'll wait for
We
that
have-
section.
We have two more things that we wanted to cover in regards to the Alpha one and then combat.
Let me
for
comment
sure.
real quick on the combat balance. So I noticed many of you are talking about like damage being done and like doesn't look like it's enough damage or hit points and stuff like that. Two things on that front. One is, again, this is not a content test. So balance is kind of finger in the wind at the moment. Most of balancing comes out of actual testing around those particular systems. And we're not focused on that at the moment, right? Again, this is about the core functionality of these types of systems, not about, the refinement or getting them prettied up per se. So I wouldn't take too much stock or concern in, how the balance is gonna flesh out. And then additionally, when we talk about participating in this test. So right now it only goes up to level 15, right? And the composition of class
I wish.
skills or archetype skills kind of has to tread a fine line between two roads. One, we want it to be representative of skills not just that would traditionally be found 1 through 15, but we're actually introducing some skills that might be found later because we want to test those particular ideas and how the skill functions. So this is kind of a bastardization, so to speak, of what leveling will look like and what skill compositions will exist for particular archetypes in an environment like Alpha, where you're not actually seeing what level 1 through 15 is going to really be like when the game launches, but per se how it is now so it can facilitate our needs during this alpha phase, right?
Okay.
And that's an important thing to keep in mind.
That's cool.
Yeah, and if McP, you want to like touch on the combat, we'll move forward on the combat. We'll come back to the other couple of topics that you had here. You want to talk a little bit about your guys' perspective on the combat ability stuff that you guys are working on?
Yeah, so a big part of trying to improve performance is getting rid of our Unreal Actor-based combat system. So it was heavy on putting in different new actors and spawning them to sort of control the flow of our abilities or attacks, spells, etc. So Adam Pipich has been working very hard on a newer, better, more efficient system. It also allows designers more control and capability in setting up impactful and cool sort of action combat. It feels, more actiony than what we have. He's also been aided by Keenan in that effort. So we've tried to give design and art maximum support so that we could get this new system fleshed out over time and to the players.
Yeah, and some of the additional changes that design's been doing kind of to the existing system while we're waiting for that to come into place. Brian Ferguson and Trad Thompson have been working along with Chris Justo and some of the other designers as well. I'm sorry if I forget all who have been working on the particular system. There's like a bunch of different things, but kind of speeding up the combo animations, right? The attacks on the combo side, and then also providing a little bit more versatility to the directional movement, the rotational movement between these combo attacks. Right now, it's still root motion setup, but we're going to be testing with some split body animations and split body attacks over the next several weeks. And then additionally, obviously, you guys have seen as we've kind of incorporated more mobility components to existing abilities, such as the mage and the fireball. This has been kind of taken broadly over across many of the, the 3 archetypes that are available in Alpha across many of their abilities. And then we've also included the ability to kind of hold your Q or left mouse button to initiate and cycle through those attacks. I know we had a lot of piano fingers out there and some early onset arthritis probably in a few joints because they just had to
spamming the Q was ridiculous.
It was a lot. We got a lot of feedback in regards to spamming the audio attack button. And you talked a little bit about the split animation, Stephen, but can you maybe go into a little bit more detail about like what that is, how that works? Because maybe not everyone understands exactly what that means.
Absolutely. So if you guys recall, about 2 years ago or so, with the testing that we did during APOC, a lot of that was focused around getting action combat information. And initially, when we began that testing, we had full split body animations and combo attacks, essentially with weapons, where your upper body would perform the animation of the attack, right? And that upper body would be locked, but your lower body would be free to continue moving. And that's what we refer to kind of as that split body. So that allows you to move while you attack per se. Right now, what you're seeing with these combo attacks on the weapons front is that your body is essentially locked in this root motion where you're moving forward with each attack. And that can sometimes feel a little cumbersome, right? But the feedback we got early on during APOC was that without that weightedness that is incorporated from the root motion, it felt floaty and people, didn't feel that the attacks were very substantial. So we introduced that root body motion in order to provide some additional weight to the attacks. Now we're kind of rethinking that approach from an action standpoint, at least with regards to the weapon attacks, right? And the idea there, and just to give further context why weapon attacks are important, a lot of times in MMOs, your weapon attacks aren't that important, right? It's all about your kind of ability system. But the weapon attacks in Ashes of Creation are intended to provide actually these ancillary status conditions that occur. You can spec points into the different groupings and class of weapons that your character might use. So for example, if you're wielding a dagger and you're doing these stab attacks, it might have a chance, if you spec points into it, to proc a bleed effect. And that bleed effect will synergize then with your class kit that you've spec'd into for your ability system. So for example, if you have a backstab against a target that's bleeding, you might deal amplified damage, or you might, you might cripple the target, or snare them, so to speak. So
I like that.
The weapon attack is an important component of the combat
Now,
system.
can we do that between characters? Like if I have
that we are
ability A,
essentially
will
taking into consideration player
character or my
feedback and
guild
sentiment
member
about how
with
they want
ability
a
B
reactive
works?
and more mobile weapon attack system.
Yeah, it's really weird. Listen to your players. I'm not sure about that one.
That is true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that is weird.
But yeah, in regards to listening to your players, we are always putting up new forum threads for dev discussion, guild gatherings, and other things. Toast does an amazing job of putting those up and also compiling reports on those, as well as the overall forums every month, and all of your guys' feedback and our social media folk. Peter is fantastic at compiling together all of our social reports, so all of the things that you guys send us there, and then on the CS front, Adam. So like we're definitely, any feedback that you guys send us, we're compiling those things. We're analyzing data, and even outside of the game versus inside, where maybe Steven and McP are more hands-on with that stuff. We're listening in all the places as much as possible. I'm going to go back a little bit to talk a little bit more about Siege. And if you want to talk more about what kind of work you guys have been working on towards that, McP, we'll start with you. And then Steven, if you want to add anything on that.
Launch the game, there's just
Sure, we had
ballistas
done a
and
pretty substantial
stupid,
amount
that's
of work in
trebuchets.
Apocalypse, and
then they
it
can
wasn't
add more as
something,
time
as I
goes on.
recall, that we had released to players
Correct.
in any sort of public format, that we had in a lot of internal testing, but we were able to bring all of that work over from the Apocalypse project into the MMO, and that was done primarily by Alexi, and he did a fantastic job. So that would be the siege weapons, the gates, and the overall mechanics of how
Control
it was.
point system, the damage, the respawn, the team settings, all of those things. Yeah.
Guild registration, all of that good stuff.
Yeah. Good
yeah,
stuff.
and just to expand on that, I know we got a lot of flack for APOC in the past, but again, all of those systems were designed for the MMORPG, and
I think people give too much of a hard time about APOC.
They were intended to be isolated and testing platforms, to get early data on that stuff. And now, much time later, as we have an Alpha 1 present, we're able to
MPEG, just
move
subscribe
over,
to you on YouTube.
that
Hey,
code
thanks.
and introduce it
MPEG.
as was intended
Appreciate
into
it.
the
Thank
MMO.
you.
And yeah, Alexi spearheaded that, poured over, and did a great job.
APOC was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Back end systems, all of our platform.
I hope they do a battle royale
all
in the
of that is
MMO.
a product of the APOC project.
Oh no, it's
Without
Russian.
that, we wouldn't be able to have a Patra launcher or hosting or anything for that matter.
Yeah.
We had to build everything from scratch. It wasn't just lying on the floor for us to
Yeah,
run
let's
it.
talk a little bit
And
about
that's actually.
go ahead, Stephen.
Sorry, real quick. That's actually
you're
a
good.
great
Hello,
important
looks
point,
interesting.
Kevin.
Oh,
is,
hey.
a lot of times what
Google
you'll find
Translate
with other
works.
companies and other
Yeah, this is a
projects
good,
is that
interesting
they're
game. You should
actually
follow it, MPEG.
reusing stuff that they've built in the past, right? And we are literally building everything from scratch.
Correct.
So,
Right.
with that being said,
Yeah.
everything's being built in a particular fashion or way that's customized for our intents, and that's a good thing. But that's, why it takes time, and that's why it takes testing, and that's why it takes feedback, is because this is, while it's not our
MPEG,
first
go to
rodeo,
that
we have
link
a
I
lot of
just put
veteran
into
developers.
YouTube.
As a company and as a project, as I said, these things are being built from scratch.
Get
and
all
require
the
a lot of
info you
testing,
need.
A lot of time to flesh out.
100%. Let's go into platform a little bit more because obviously platform services handles, our metrics, our cloud hosting, our patcher, our launcher, our website. Like it's a lot of stuff. Can you go into detail on kind of what that team is working on and how that affects the things that the players are experiencing?
Yeah, so that team's led by Mark Storch, and he's got Tuan, Eric, Rich working with him, and they're doing an incredible job. And then we have, of course, Zim, who is making sure that all our hardware and everything functions, like when he had to drop off a rig last night for you.
Thank
But,
you,
I mean,
Zim,
these-
for coming over. I know you had an early morning because I think he had a morning at 8 a.m. to go back to the office to get help
He
set up
did.
stuff.
John
Yeah.
had to meet him over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was
You're
a
welcome.
couple weeks back he had to pop into our data center to replace some stuff at like 4 a.m. So it's an on-call kind of job, and he rocks it. So on
I
the,
love
but
that
on the
job.
platform
That's
and services
literally what I
side,
do on call.
Mark's team has done an amazing
Surprised I
job
haven't got a call
of
today,
standing
honestly.
up our hosting in the cloud, of making sure that everyone can patch and connect to the product. They handle all the persistence of not only the characters, but any account data to make sure that people who have purchased access packages are flagged properly to get into testing and so forth and so on. So it's an enormous amount of work. It's very
Yeah, I just
technical.
upgraded two of
And on
my
top of
my
that,
two
they put
Kickstarter
together
accounts
a lot of reporting so that
that I
we can
didn't
look
have
at
Alpha 1 access to Alpha 1, and I
real-time
got access the same
performance
day,
of
so it was
these
really
different
nice.
processes, and
I
then
got my little
where
boy can
we
play,
can do
and
better.
a buddy of mine is
Yeah,
playing
it's
too.
amazing. Like I tell them thank you almost every single day. Not only are they assisting, design and
they're pretty good. This
production with
Intrepid
the
Studios
whole
is a pretty
development of
good
the product,
company.
right? But
I'm
then they're also
quite
on my
happy.
end assisting with community and CS like all the time in regards to, and I guess technically marketing. It's more community, but on the web front with Valor, we're working very closely with them, and a lot of the bugs and things that we encounter that you guys report through CS, we are trying to resolve with them, and that's on that team too. So they're just powerhouses, killing it, and mad shout out to them. Did you want to add anything else on that front, Stephen?
No, it's just I guess sentiment just to reiterate to you guys, and I know we have a lot of support from the community and a lot of anticipation. But
Chip is
just
so
to
broken.
keep in mind, like I can't reiterate the sentiment enough, is that there's a lot of great people on this project, a lot of very talented individuals, and the one key component I think that we all share is we're very passionate about making a quality game that lives up to the expectations and the pride that players have within this genre. And we're all MMO players, so it's a lot of hard work, a lot of long days, and when we can jump on and see your guys' support and your commentary, and the just the motivation to continue these long days going forward, that means a lot to everybody on the team. And just want to thank you guys for helping to foster a great community, because even at this stage prior to the game launching, right, I think we've built a great community around
I would
this
agree.
project. And
Well,
I know that there's
Discord's a
naysayers
little
out there,
funny, I'll be
and
honest with you.
they've been slowly trickling in size down as we continue to show progress and continue to show the fruits of our labor. But you guys helping to provide
Discord,
that positive
for
commentary and that
Ashes
support
of Creation is a
means the
little
absolute
crazy
world
at
to us,
times.
and we really do appreciate it. And when we go to bed at night, at least I know for myself, when I go to bed at night and I'm playing on my phone.
If we go to bed at night.
If we go to bed at night,
Yes.
and I'm playing on my phone and reading those, it is fuel, it is motivation. So I can't express enough that appreciation, and hope you guys continue forward with that.
Yeah, and Stephen had a thread that he put up, and you all submitted a lot of beautiful words to our dev team. Almost, I think we sent our dev team, we're like, spend an hour, just read these comments from our players, and it warmed everyone's hearts and really lit the motivation fire underneath all of us. I mean, we're already excited for ourselves. We want to create the product so we can play it, but it's really cool seeing that everyone else is just
I
supporting
wonder if they're
us on
going to
that
keep
front.
like a dedicated
Right.
I
dev
think this
server.
is probably MMO 6 or 7 for me, but I think
Yeah, it's like 13
this
for me.
particular project, I would say, this is the most passion I've seen since, say, a Request One when I was on that team. And there's an enormous amount of passion on this team to bring you guys the best possible experience we can.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and a lot of this is you guys helping educate people as well, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions, and that's where people go down a weird trail because they think it's something else. And I think a lot of you have been doing a great job answering questions and helping inform people of what's actually happening. And we're doing updates every month. We put out stuff every day
Man, the
almost on our
siege
social
video's almost
platforms.
gone
So
through the whole
if you
cycle
want to
again.
forward them our way, we're continually trying to show you guys progress as much as we possibly can. And if you look at like this month versus last year, you can really see the difference in the progress that we've made.
Absolutely.
Talking about progress, let's talk a little bit about build promotions and deployment and things like that, and what you guys have been working towards that.
So
That's an
that's
exciting topic.
Yeah, this is. Hey man, we asked you on the social, and you said you
Here's
wanted
how we
more
do
of this. So here you go.
So yeah, it's an extremely important
I mean, I want
process.
it.
Like, our builds take hours to compile the code, and then to package all the assets, and then to get it out into the patcher system. So we're always looking to refine that and speed it up. We have Ash Thoth, who is a straight up champion, who has fixed so many issues with that and streamlined it. And we're going to be bringing on additional engineers to handle the day-to-day integration. Right now, we do the
Nice.
integrations ourselves. Most of the time, it's Ash doing it. So it's a process that we keep refining, but it's gotten better and better and better over time. So we're just
This
pushing
battle's so
forward
cool. I
and
keep
refining
looking
as
at
we
it.
go.
And if Ash
I still
gets
have
6,
nightmares
we're all sad.
I still have nightmares over what that process was like about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Ash has refined that. As a matter of fact, yesterday when I woke up at like 3:30 and I was going to go kick off a build, I was like, wow, Ash has really streamlined this. All I had to
Yeah,
do was
just click
log
this
into the
button.
box and click this button. I was
Right.
like, all right, cool.
It's
Yeah, I
perfect.
think at like midnight that same evening, I had to go in and kill 2 of the processes that got on Windows Update or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it was easy to restart the one of them. So it's getting better.
All right. Well, that's kind of a culmination of, a lot of things regarding that. But I want to talk a little bit about, after July, after August, after Alpha 1 testing, you had a couple things that you wanted to discuss, McP, and one of those was in regards to what you guys are going to be refocusing your efforts on in regards to new systems.
Right. So our typical process after we get through a milestone is we're going to, the engineering team is going to work with Steven and production to figure out our overall goals for the next testing phase. And then
Makes
based
sense.
on that, we're going to put together all the tasks, and then we're going to give estimates on all of those engineering tasks as they apply to tools or game systems or anything else to meet the company's goals for that next phase. And after that has all been worked out and everyone's happy, then that's when production can make decisions on what that date will look like.
And that will also include the feedback from you all in regards to that month-long test, as well as all of the testing leading up to that month-long test, and what bugs need to fix, what issues pop up that we find out through that testing as well, in order to
Precisely.
meet those expectations. And Stephen,
Yeah,
go ahead.
just to give some additional context there, right? Like when you think about all of the systems and designs that are present in Ashes of Creation, Alpha 1 predominantly and Alpha 2 are going to be the most influential testing phases for the project, right?
Okay,
after
go on.
we kind of collect this data, after we get feedback and sentiment, and we experience this stuff from paper to actual implementation, that's when we go back and we revise. That's when we go back and we, iterate upon, and that's where the largest potential for changes can occur. So I want to make sure that players are anticipating that these are very important testing periods because
I don't know if you
this
guys
is where
hear the
changes
train in the
occur.
background. It's a little loud.
And we are very, as Margaret had said previously, we watch read everything. Margaret and I watch read everything. We link what we watch and
I'm
read
like
into
working
our Slack.
and watching stuff and
Yes,
listening stuff in the background. And, like
yes.
my life is consumed by Ashes of Creation when I'm not like.
Good.
During that weekend test, actually, I think I did the most crazy thing possible. Is where I was like working and typing on Slack and talking in TeamSpeak. I had 2 separate videos on YouTube playing simultaneously at different volumes, so I could try to pick out points in each. I know it was totally crazy. I know it's
That's
totally
crazy.
but there was just so much content coming off of that weekend because I released that verbal NDA, and there
Yeah.
was so many people talking.
I watched so much stuff.
I wanted
you
to,
guys.
and then I was reading Discord at the same time. So it's like
I was like
you have to
working out, listening to your podcasts and videos, like just crazy.
Yes, but again, that just goes to show the importance of these testing sessions and the people who are participating is that it does provide us valuable feedback, and we take that feedback, we internalize it, we digest it, and we come up with actionable items, from those things that we want to test then further.
And to be clear, on the community side, when Toast is compiling things, or our CS rep, Adam, or our social person, Peter, are kind of like putting these reports together, we just put what you guys say. Like, we just put the feedback. We don't give development suggestions on how to fix it. That's their, like they decide how they want to resolve the issues. But we just make it very clear, like, here are the concerns of the community, and they can kind of take and analyze the data that they have that correlates to those things.
Nice.
I think you look like you wanted to say something extra, McP.
No, just that
Okay.
testing's invaluable, and I often will ask Stephen if we can have, additional testing because it just reveals new bugs or new issues, and we have to test all the fixes that we're trying to put in week after week after week to verify that we're giving you guys the best experience.
Yeah, Margaret, I just want to note here that you heard it from McP yourself, that when I come to you and tell you I need a test in like 2 hours, and you're like, but I need at least 24 to notify players.
That's
I just
usually
like
me.
McP's fault. That's not actually my fault. I actually am just the messenger, so don't kill me on it.
That's fair.
I don't tell you. It's more from my perspective. I just want to make sure people can prepare. Like, a lot of people are like, I want to take time off, or I want to make sure like my kid is watched, right?
Like
Like,
testers.
I'm compassionate about the people, and so I want to make sure they can play. Because like me and Sarah, and maybe Peter sees it on social a little bit. We get to hear the other side of it, where people are like, I didn't get to play because it was at this time, or I didn't have enough notice. So we hear that stuff, and we
That's
hear
how it
you.
goes.
We're trying our best to make sure you're notified. via
Like the
email,
last
via
test, Siege.
Twitter,
I
via
was asleep.
Facebook,
I took a
all
nap.
the
Just to
places.
get McP what McP wants, and that's all I really, have to worry about.
Me too. Together, we'll do it. Speaking of testing, I think this is a great segue to our little love letter from our QA team. So I'm going to kind of read this off to you guys. It's beautiful. I love it. He says, "Hail and well met, glorious Ashes of Creation testers. My name is Sean Ferrens. I am not him, but you get where I'm going with this.
We get it. Move on.
I am the manager of quality assurance on Ashes of Creation, and on behalf of the Ashes of QA team, I would like to extend a deep and heartfelt thank you to everyone who participated in testing Ashes of Creation during the weekend of May 14th through May 16th for our Alpha 1 build. In spite of instability and uncertainty, you have all proven to be invaluable in regards to your feedback and bug reports, and for that, I cannot express my gratitude enough. As many of you know, developing an MMORPG is an epic endeavor that is filled with trials and tribulations that no other kind of game will ever encounter. And you've illustrated dedication, or your illustrated dedication has proven to our team that we are on a high road to the best MMORPG gaming experience to date. During this most recent testing period, we received over 2,600 bug reports, which have been an absolute boon to our testing process. We review each report individually, and I continue to be impressed with how detailed and helpful each of these reports has been. Like, seriously, you guys give repro steps and everything super duper handy. I greatly look forward to your feedback in the future and hope you enjoy our content so far. So thank you so much,
Absolutely.
everyone. I know I almost said 26,000. That would have been a lot of bugs.
Yeah, holy moly.
Note that
no,
those 2,600, a lot of them were repeats. Most of them were stuff that we were already on our known issues list or things that QA was aware of, but there were quite a few that we had not caught before, so really appreciate it.
The flying
before
horses.
we move on to the art side of things, I just want to reiterate something, and I know, there's several thousand of you watching at the moment, but when people say, when's the game done, I want to play, it's important to remember that MMOs typically only have, one launch attempt, unless you're Final Fantasy, right? So we want to make sure we get it right, and we want to make sure that we are launching the game when it's ready, per se, and these tests go to that end, right? This is what helps us get there. But keep in mind, again, our foremost thought here is quality, and what that means is we're going to spend the time that's necessary. So we'll keep you abreast of all the changes and the updates with every monthly, live stream that we do, and you'll see the process part of the way. And when we do launch, it's going to be a magnificent and glorious event. But patience is key, and it's what's that old saying about patience and fruit and ripe, and I don't know. Patience is I don't know what the thing is, but regardless,
there's a lot of different types of patience.
It's fruit. Its fruit is sweet. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. That's what it is, and that's an important thing to keep in mind.
I've never heard that, but okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, I just
go
wanted
ahead.
to say thank you so much, Sean, and the QA team. You are all absolute beasts.
Unbelievable
and
beasts.
Very, very hardworking, and that's where the engineering team is able to really go to, and for its information on what needs to be fixed and how to fix it.
Absolutely.
Thanks to all the testers for submitting thousands of bugs and making me miserable.
Kevin, I love you.
Yeah, the QA team is unbelievable. Very well done job.
Yeah,
Very
they're even
hardworking.
assisting
I feel like
with
Kevin's
QA
doing
too,
some
which
sort
is
of
a whole
programming or
other feat,
something
even
right
though it's
now.
like account process stuff, which is insane.
He's
Let's
looking
move
all
on
over the
to our
place.
art stuff. I'm excited. There's lots of cool stuff.
We may have to limit some of the questions, by the way, at the end.
Okay.
Down to a few because
We're getting long.
At 1 p.m. I have kind of a hard stop a little bit.
Yeah, I have a meeting. Oh, really? Okay.
It's almost 1 p.m. now.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
So first and foremost, we have some concept art here that looks really cool. Again, we are showing off a lot of these like creatures, plants coming to life and things like that. So you might have seen some plants previously that were created in other development updates. So keep an eye out for those. And of course, these just gorgeous landscapes of different areas, which is just beautiful.
These are so
we'll move
cool.
on to the next
I love
one.
these images. They're just so well finished. I mean, very these look amazing.
Yeah, our team, we'll say it like a million times, they're amazing.
They are. The
next
game
thing
is
here
really
Junior
beautiful.
Crypt. Now you
It
guys
really
have
is.
been seeing pieces and objects, and I will show some more of the
I
objects.
saw this when I
that are
played
more
Alpha, I
of
think.
like their work in progress
Looks
states,
very
but you've
familiar.
seen some of them previously as well, and now you're going to continue to see the progress of them. I like to try to show you like the different elements as they add more textures to stuff, as they implement them in games, so you can see the progress along the way. But now you're seeing this in game and what these look like there.
Yeah, the environment team always does a great job bringing to life the concepts that Ryan Richmond and his concept crew, put together. They do a great job on modeling these assets and building the world around them to make them so compelling and immersive. It's really, we have such an amazing art team.
Piece of wall. Okay.
And obviously the crypt is going to be telling its own little tale, as you can probably see with these different very dwarven, junior dwarven style, I guess, architecture?
Features?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, carpentry in some of these cases. And then beyond that, I think I still have a couple more in this slideshow.
I love
can
it.
see this chest. Like, don't you just want to grab it? But then it's probably gonna you pull it off, and then something bad
Just like
happens.
a mimic that eats you.
Dude, mimics? Yeah, they're scary, man.
Better make sure you have some universal solvent.
Poison dart traps.
There you go.
And then a bathtub, you need your fancy bathtub to chill and relax in your
Why
freehold
does it only
after
look
all
like it's
that
got
fighting.
two legs?
I
Right?
can't wait to have this be an interactable bathtub that the player can
Yeah.
use E to like play an animation and get into the tub and turn the water on.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I'm excited for freehold stuff. I know people do crazy
is it?
things, and I'm excited to see what you as players do with them. And this is a rug. I think this is the last one. Our next one is Siege, which you all have kind of seen, but obviously from the artist perspective, they're making sure all the textures look beautiful. And so they've been retexturing a lot of the objects because some of those were older objects when we were working on Castle Siege through Apocalypse's testing ground. And now we're kind of updating those objects, but still using the same thing. So a lot of those things are kind of transferring over, as Stephen and McP stated.
I love how when I have meetings with the art teams, and I remember very vividly, like this was 3 weeks ago, I'm sitting with Bacon and Mia and Tristan, and I'm talking to them, I'm like, really not liking the way this castle's looking. Maybe you guys can do a pass on it? And Bacon's like, yep, we'll grab it. And then 2 weeks later, I look and I'm like, oh my God, what did you do? This looks so good, thank God. They're so talented. And the great thing is, like, because we've been working together and they kind of have established obviously the art style of the world, you just kind of see these things start coming together. I know early on we got a lot of commentary about like, things kind of feel out of place, and we kind of had multiple directions on, how we wanted to do materials and textures, all that kind of stuff. And now just watching these environments in the world, these props, these architectural assets, they just are starting to blend so well and creating a really cool immersive vibe, this mood.
I saw this camp
significantly.
when I was playing,
I noticed it
during the
well,
alpha. Not bad.
the starting
The
area
camp.
in the alpha. It's just really come together. They do such a great job.
Yeah, and you've gotten to see the mood in the Goblin camp that I showed there, and now this in the graveyard. Perfect transition.
Oh, I did not see
just
this
the
at all.
vibe of the fog kind of coming through is very interesting and kind of catches your eye, and obviously all the architecture that's happening in all of these areas. And yeah, the last one here is going to be the corrupted mushroom stuff, which you've kind of seen some of it when we, like maybe like 2 months ago or something like that, we showed off some corrupted area.
There's a lot of
But now you're
corrupted
really seeing
zones
how
in the alpha.
it just they keep adding more stuff to it, man. It just keeps looking better and better and better. Gonna move on to
I was talking
ahead.
about these mushrooms to Mia and Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, can we make these like super corrupt and like deformed and decrepit and like heavy red influences? And Mia was like, yeah, I can do that.
I love Mia.
Oh, I know.
And then, of course, we have more character stuff. So the first thing here is the Kalar crown. Stephen, do you know what this was made for? This gorgeous crown.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Seems
that
like
would
for
actually be
me.
the control point to capture the castle is that crown that sits atop the throne. So you may have seen it in the video. It was kind of sitting there on the cushion of the throne, or I don't know if there's a cushion per se. But the idea here is that when castle sieges are in their kind of full implementation, is this will actually be a skin that the player who owns the castle when they succeed, not in Alpha 1, but eventually, who owns a castle, they'll be able to apply this skin temporarily while they own that castle to their helmet and can wear the crown walking around. So
And you'll be royalty.
Oh.
You can get
Royalty,
flying mounts
exactly.
and all kinds of
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
I'm excited to see that. I love the idea of you see like someone flying over, you're like, that's somebody important. Like, that's so cool. And of course, this is one of them. There may be, some other crowns out there.
There'll be many. There'll be a crown. So there's 5 castles that are intended for Ashes of Creation. Each will have its own distinct crown.
Nice.
Next up, we have some really cool hairstyles that, of course, Stephen has leaked a couple if you've been paying attention to our social channels or Discord or
Yes.
other places.
You guys will see as, we kind of show you these updates to the character side, that the character team, Chris Atkins and Jinsey and Danny and Eli and Manny, they're and Carson, they're doing an amazing job really moving forward kind of the details of the characters. And, you're starting to see what that quality is going to be like. I mean, this is kind of like I would say
cool.
probably the third pass on characters overall. And a lot of times people ask, well, why haven't we seen the other races and stuff? We want to establish kind of the quality bar and process with these races first, and then when we move into further content production for the other races, right, we kind of have those pipelines in place, and we have the processes in place, and we know how to approach them. So you're starting to see that that quality here rise to the point where we want it to be, and they're doing a really just amazing job. The character team and the animation team. I mean, you'll see.
I've only seen this in a black skin.
Our
During
animations
the
are
alpha
constantly
testing.
getting more in depth and improved, and
I didn't know there was going to be like
fluid,
four different versions.
Chris Myers and Minnie McPhee, or Alex McPhee's son, actually, is one of our
McPhee's son,
animators.
we call him Minnie McPhee.
Very talented animator, along with Jessica.
He's hilarious.
And Brad. There's just such talent on the art side, and it's great seeing them bring to life these creatures, these characters, this world.
I do like these outfits; they are cool.
And this is, if you guys have seen the Corvid Castigator, these are some variants of it that you may see on other NPCs and stuff like that in the world. And then we have this very much like, if you've seen the maroon harvesting gear that we've had for like our November set, this is like a green version of that you'll see maybe on some NPCs as well. And there's a couple things that I missed. I'm actually going to grab them. We're going to do it live. It's going to probably look weird, but
doing it live.
The Face of Sorrow. We definitely had some folks wanting to see the particle effects, so not completely finished, but it's coming together.
It's a good start.
Not finished, but important note here is we released the earlier version of the Sorrow set, and we got some good feedback about kind of bringing it back in line with the original concept. And Atkins, I believe, and I'm not sure, I think it might have been Danny, took a pass on it, and we also had Jim incorporate some of the intended effects for the set, so you guys can see that here.
Yeah. And with that, we are going to head on to Q&A, because I know Stephen has to get going, but I'll play this video in the background whilst we chat. I'm going to kind of move it towards some of the combat so you can see that whilst we're chatting. But I'll try to get through as many of these as we can, and Stephen, you just tell me when you need a snippet. So our first one here is from Alandria's Tilt Gamer, and this is on the forums. They want to know about death penalties. How will incurred death penalties, particularly experienced at, change at max level?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a few approaches to the death penalty with regards to at least experienced debt, right? When you're dying and you're accruing this experience debt over time, it is going to build up essentially, and it'll take larger chunks of percentage at lower level. And when you hit kind of max level, it's going to accrue. I think it's like 3% total level. Or maybe it's 2% total level. But as we kind of run through testing and we play with these numbers, like right now, the experience debt in alpha is completely off mark. We're going to change those things probably in the next week or two. And if we don't get it into a spot that we like, we'll disable it at least for the test, I would say. But it's a process, right? We go through testing, we kind of see how these things play out, how they feel, and we adjust it as necessary.
Awesome. Our next one is, did you have something else to add?
No.
Okay.
I think we can probably take 2 more questions.
2 more. All right. The next question
pick
here.
the best ones.
Oh, that's going to be hard. Okay.
Yeah, Margaret.
Ships, because I know people like to hear about ship stuff.
Yes.
Pete Nasty wants to know, will ships have similar permissions structures to freeholds, where others can summon them if the owner of the ship is offline?
No, ships are completely owned by the person who has it in their inventory, and they can only be summoned by that individual. There are functions that exist on the ship that players can participate in. You can restrict those functions based on whether or not the players who are attempting to access it are in your party or in your raid, such as weapons, anchors, utility items. The ability to access the helm and navigate the ship.
What
those
utility
things can
items,
be permissioned.
Steven?
Yes.
All right. And then our next
Harpoons?
question is from Lashing about item syncs. Are there any involuntary item syncs planned for gear, since over enchanting and deconstructing items are both by player choice?
Involuntary. I'm sorry. The first part of that was
Involuntary item syncs planned for gear.
Yes, there are. If you're corrupt and you die, you can lose gear. And then
Like some games have like repairing armor.
there's
and
a yeah,
like your
there's a
armor can
there's
break.
a well, I wouldn't necessarily consider it per se a sync because you're not losing the item exactly, even if even if it decays, but the components necessary to repair the item aren't just going to be a simple gold sink like many of us have experienced. That becomes relatively irrelevant over time. Instead, they're going to require some of the base material components in order to repair. And then additionally, there might be added constraints in having to have a crafter that either has the recipe to effectuate repairs on very unique items as well. But as I
I'm fine
said,
with that.
we'll be testing that as well. But I think that provides again a necessary economic demand for particular types of materials and components, and that also feeds into the deconstruction loop as well.
All right. Hopefully that answered your question, buddy. But with that, we are going to kind of wrap up our May development update. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it was a longer one. And of course, a reminder that the June cosmetics will be swapping over. We'll still have the Alpha 1 pre-order package with that next set. It'll just be a new cosmetic set with it on June 9th. And then, of course, our next playtest, if you have Alpha 1 access, is June 2nd. You can see the pinned post on our support Twitter that will give you information on how to join, or you might have gotten an email. It's on the forums in a secret place as well as on the Discord. So if you have Alpha 1 access, you should be able to get access to all of those places and find the secret NDA areas where we'll give you more information. We try to keep you up to date as much as possible, and even with the server, when they're going up and when they're going down. So with that, we made it through our May development update. Do you guys have anything else you want to add? And of course, thank you, McPeace, so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks to everyone for the awesome testing.
Absolutely.
Love it.
I know people really wanted to hear kind of more of that behind the scenes stuff. And hopefully they liked it, even though Steven's like, this is kind of a boring topic.
No. It was good.
All right. Well, we'll see you later. If you are just tuning in now, we will have this on our Twitch as well as over on our YouTube channel where you can relive the action. I will make sure that there are timestamps for you as well over on the YouTube channel. And we always put it up on our news channel as well over on our website. So anywhere you go, we'll make sure that you know that we're live and where we're at. So follow us over on our YouTube channel. Follow us right here on Twitch so you don't miss out on any future live streams. And of course, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram if you're interested in more day-to-day content. And we'll see you next month for another development update.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
She's very excited. Well, that was cool. Yeah, so that's cool, guys. I really enjoyed that. It was a long update. That was a lot, actually. But I'm going to do these videos every month. I'm going to stream everything I can when it comes to the live game when it comes out, or even when I can under, no NDA. This Tuesday, June 2nd, I think they said, is what they're shooting for the another test. I'm going to stream myself playing, but I'm not going to show any visuals or probably sound. I assume is going to fall under that same category. So, yeah, check it out then. Maybe I'll answer any questions live. Maybe I'll read some abilities off. Whatever. I don't care. We'll go from there. And like always, you guys can follow me here down at the bottom with this stuff right here. YouTube, my own website, Facebook. Facebook's actually pretty good. I do get a lot of views and a lot of people on there looking at my stuff. And then if you're looking for a guild for Ashes, bmfguild.xyz. I just said it earlier, decent sized guild. Played a bunch of games. We played SWTOR, SWG, Lotra we were in. We played Eve for a hot minute. Oh man, we've been in a lot of games over the years. We played a little while. We were in Arcade for a hot minute too. We've been around. We've been around. So please, guys, like, subscribe, share. I would appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.